Good evening and welcome everyone to the final rounds of the FTR GT86 Cup. My name is Liam. I'm not the voice you normally hear on this live stream. Darren, who you normally get as your commentator, is tied up in work, I think, so I have been drafted in to take his spot for tonight. Obviously, no one wants to have the finale not streamed. And yeah, it's a few minutes away from starting. We can go through the points for you. So obviously there's a bit of a championship fight going on between 2 or 3 cars. In first place is this man, Mindaugas Katinas. He is on 243 points. Behind him is Ethan Graham on 228, so a 15-point gap. So a nice little gap for Katinas there, but not nothing that Graham can overturn. Third is McIntosh on 220 points. Actually, 2 seconds. I'm still entered. There we go. Fourth is John Thompson on 197. He is currently ghosted. Adam Piper in a... well, could you call that a livery? It's a monstrosity. In fifth on 178. I'm going to try and look at him as little as possible. Rob Schouler is sixth on 161. Liam New is... there he is. 148. And then there's 42 point gap back to Ash Sharp. He sits in 8th on 106. Chris Clements, he's out on track, has 84 points. Leon Welsh, who I do not believe we're going to have with us tonight, is on 62. Then 3 drivers also who I don't expect will be here. Rooney on 38, Hogan on 28, and Van Tel on 18. So yes, 2, maybe 3 championship contenders. We could end up having... well, we could have a champion after the first round, depending on how it goes. Or we could have eliminated one of them. So if Katinas needs to outscore Graham by, what is it, 10 ahead. If he gets pole and then beats him by 10 points in race 1, then it's pretty much done. So yeah, we've just had the 3-minute warning. We should be, it's almost 8 o'clock, we'll be starting any moment now. As Liam New has a little spin as I was just charging my phone. God, I refuse to look at that livery. Can we look at that? There's Katinas. Oh God, livery's in front of him. No, there's Graham, who has done 35.0. The fastest lap is, in practice, I think a 34.8. As qualifying has just started, I think McIntosh had that fastest lap. We might have skewed the fastest lap, you can see it there, 24.7. We might have snuck LMP cars into the regulations. Yes, qualifying, 6 minutes of qualifying. That should be enough for them to get 3 timed laps. Of course, but this is Gran Turismo, and I think the slipstream is set to weak in this league, which is stronger than real. So, of course, everyone's going to try and fight for a tow. Here is McIntosh. Clements still in the pit lane. So who leads the field? It's Katinas, head of New, not you. New's already getting a bit sideways. There's McIntosh, just said a Schouler, the 2 AXR teammates. McIntosh with a bit of an outside chance at this title. Would need to gain quite a bit in Katinas in both rounds. Schouler, Graham, Sharp, Thompson, and then Clements still in the pits. Ah yes, the Mazda GT86. As Clements is finally emerging from the pits. Everyone is up into the hairpin just before the Sector 3 line. And do we see any slipstream games? Do people slow down to try and get slipstream from other cars? It would mainly be if anyone wants to slow down, it'd be Katinas. He might not be the one wanting to tow everyone around. But no, he's going for it. I see Piper off wide in the background. Just in a very nice grey livery. It's a not so iconic livery, but a very nice simple one with the three-tone sort of stripes and swooshes. You see often attributed to Japanese race cars, which these are. I don't think Liam New is close enough behind for a tow. I don't think many people are. I think Graham is tucked in behind McIntosh. I don't know where Schouler went and all that. Maybe he's dropped back to get some room. In fact, he's quite far back. Maybe he's just wanting to do his own thing. This looks quite a good lap from Katinas so far. Quite a lot of curb on the inside. A bit wide on the exit. Doesn't harm you too much. The chicane is always very tricky. It's so easy to misjudge and fly over the grass, but that was pretty well judged by Katinas. Of course, our championship leader, so an extra point for pole position would be great for him. So it looked like Piper was just ever so slightly lagging a little bit in the background. That was quite sideways through there for Katinas. Here we are coming up for our first laps. I think Katinas is trying to break the towards to go straight to the right to start the next lap. 35.4. New beats it just. Then Piper sets 35.3. Then McIntosh 35.0. Graham a 35.0. Thompson 35.9, Sharp 37.1, Schouler 36.2, and then it's just Clements. He's up the back end of the track. But what is his delta to pole position? We'll find out in just a few seconds' time once he rounds this hairpin. There's a bit of sideways on the entry. I know it's a drift livery, but that's not the quickest way around the corner. Ah, we don't have a delta to first place. So we will just stick with him, see what he does in about 20 seconds' time. He rounds the final corner. Slowly brings it to the right, unlike Katinas, who went straight to the right. Obviously setting up the next lap. It is good enough for 8th. 36.4. And McIntosh has Graham all over him. These guys are just in the sector Clements finished. McIntosh is slightly down in his time. Graham is right behind him. Piper is out wide. This is the group you probably want to be looking at in a fight for pole. How much will the slipstream have helped? How much will the dirty air have affected Graham here? Because he's very, very close up to the back of McIntosh. Katinas now goes fastest. Of course, he's the one with no slipstream. Graham improves. It puts him 100th behind McIntosh. Sharp has improved. I think Schouler, he went across but didn't improve. So yeah, Katinas currently on pole. He not choosing to have slipstream, and it's working for him so far. Of course, what you gain down the 2 or 3 straights here, you also lose through all the twisty bits. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth chasing the slipstream, or is it worth doing something on your own? He's 2 tenths down. McIntosh is 3.5 tenths purple as he snuck into the toe of Adam Piper. I think he has. Of course, he'll be bringing Ethan Graham with him, although it looks like he's stretched that gap out just slightly. Clements improves up to 7th place. And that, I believe, is him done. Or has he got another lap in? Oh, he got another lap in. This is the main pack overpull. That is sideways from Graham through the chicane. But who's going to take pole? It looks like right now the favourite is probably McIntosh. He's slightly extended the gap to Graham and was up. And now he's going to have the toe all the way down the pit straight. Surprised they're going back to the right. McIntosh does do it. It's 34.6. Graham went up into second, 1,000th ahead of Katinas, who backed out of his lap. Thompson fourth, Piper fifth, New sixth. Schouler stays eighth. He did improve. It wasn't enough to jump him up. So it's only Chris Clements yet to set a time. We'll see how he's doing. He needs 3/10 just to gain a place, and then another 3. Well, he's only a 10th up. That's not enough to gain him a place. But what can he find in the final sector? Care popping the final chicane. It's the fastest way to do it. Is he gonna stick to the left? He is. It's the last lap. It's the shortest way to the line, and he stays 7th, 1,000th away. So Graham beat Katinas by 1,000th, and Clements misses out New by 1,000th. And I'm going to apologise in advance. For some reason, when it doesn't let you change cameras at the start, so I am going to have to quickly, once the race gets going, back out and back in quickly. So there is your grid order. A lot of lights flashing, as everyone does. And there we go. Quickly out and in. It looks pretty status quo. Katinas looks like he's had a good start against Graham. Is he going to be able to hold it around the outside? He might leave himself vulnerable to John Thompson on the inside. Looks like Thompson might make the jump up to third. He might even make the jump up to second here. Although I think Graham's going to have the optimal line. He's going to have the toe. That is Clements out quite wide. Oh, and now Piper is going for a move on Katinas. That horrible looking thing is up to 4th place. A bit further back. Does Clements have a look on New? No. Everyone's sideways coming into the chicane. But there's still plenty of time with the slipstream settings, and with the nature of these cars, it's all very close. As it looks like New was slightly wide there. Is Clements going to have a look at him? He's going to be on the outside, but that'll turn into the inside. No, tucks back in. Now New's out wide again. Oh! Did well to keep that in a straight line, but it's surely going to allow Clements up the inside. And does Schouler follow through? He goes into the gap that Clements has made. Schouler is going to get the toe later in the straight, but New is able to tuck back in. Everyone's just weaving, following McIntosh. Just like I say with the slipstream settings, it is so powerful. You have to do everything in your power to stay ahead on the straights. And Katinas is back ahead of Piper in all of that. The group has started to get broken up into sort of 2 packs. There's a gap of 1 second between Piper and Clements. New has managed to keep ahead of Schouler. Those are all fanned out coming into the chicane. It's a big sweeper. Sharp was quite wide in the entry. Might give him a good exit though. Schouler is very close up behind New into the chicane. New will have the slipstream, and I think that's going to be enough to keep him ahead. Oh! That almost looked like New lost it, but he's ended up making an overtake. I thought he was going to go careering into Clements. Maybe Clements braked too early and caught New out. But that was quite a weird one. Oh, and now Graham is down to 5th. So something has happened there. Now Piper's out wide. So the advantage just swung back towards Katinas. Something happened to Graham. I don't know whether it involved Thompson or whether he came off the road on his own, maybe at the chicane. Bit advantage back towards Katinas. Of course, McIntosh is winning the race, but at this rate, he'll need Katinas to be a bit further back. Right now, he'd only gain a handful of points on him. Katinas is right up behind Thompson. I think Thompson might be out of the slipstream from McIntosh. So that two packs have started to close up. Clements is back in slipstream range. And now New is down to 8th, so I wonder if he's now come off the track. He's sort of fallen away from Schouler and Clements. Oh, as Piper and Katinas looked like there was some contact there. Piper gets through. Wasn't quite enough for Graham to sneak through as well. As Katinas going to instantly react. No, he gets very close up behind. Oh, his line's going to be compromised though. This is a chance for Graham. But it's so hard when a car makes a mess of it. There's not much room for you to try and get around them. And yeah, in terms of GT86s, McIntosh is a somewhat comfortable lead. As soon as you're out of slipstream, you're quite alright, because then everyone else is going to fight, and when Thompson goes off the track, but it's somehow still purple, you're all good. What can Katinas do against Piper? Piper's still in the tow of Thompson. So as soon as Katinas pulls out to try and make a move, it's just going to result in nothing. I think he inadvertently gave him a bump draft there. Piper putting on the hazards as a thank you. Oh, Graham sending it into the apex. These guys starting to fall back again slightly of the front pack. Schouler right behind Clements. Can he do anything into this long left-hander? You can go around the outside, but you need a lot of cooperation from the car on the inside. And now Schouler tucks back in. Has a good exit. Is there a chance down towards the chicane? Clements sits in the middle. No room through for Schouler. What about up ahead? It's all pretty comfortable for McIntosh at the moment. Of course, there's still 14 minutes of racing and anything can happen. It sounded like Thompson was getting very sideways. Sounded like a lot of tyre squeal. What Katinas and Graham really need is for Piper to fall out of the slipstream of second place. Oh, and Schouler is through on Clements. Maybe I got him up towards the hairpin, and now Liam New is also tucked in right behind. And again, this train heads down towards turn 1. Tina's not close enough to do anything about Piper. Sets his personal best though, 35.2. Piper sits 35.1. Again, Graham very quick into the corner. There is sort of two lines you can do around there. You can go in wide and then sort of cut back in later, or you can almost double apex it. I think most generally choose to double apex it, but both are very viable options. Now Katinas has a chance around the outside. Not going to happen. Slips back in front of Graham just in time. It's very hard to overtake in these cars. Oh, Katinas very fast in there. Did he make a mistake or was he bumped? Because Graham is all over the back of him. Katinas sits in the middle. Graham is sideways everywhere. He knows this is his championship rival, so there's quite a lot on this move. And Clements is back ahead of Schouler now. With Liam New still behind him in 8th place. McIntosh sitting about the 1.5 second mark, although Thompson had the fastest lap, 34.8. Although McIntosh was only 8 thousandths slower. And he did have the fastest lap in practice, also 34.8. This is a chance for Katinas, but it's going to leave him a bit vulnerable because he was out the toe. It was going to present Graham with a chance. Schouler slightly fallen off the back of Clements. Only 6/10. With these settings, that could be made up in one straight. Oh no, there's no more fighting. Katinas is in that unwanted position of you've got to try and attack the car ahead, but you could leave yourself so vulnerable to the car behind. Thompson fully let into the chicane. Does look like Piper has a tiny bit of lag, nothing too bad, but it's another factor Katinas will have to deal with in his pursuit of third place. He thought about it, goes to the inside, Piper covered it. Oh, Graham, again, a lot of tire squeal through that hairpin. Katinas flashing his lights. So McIntosh has extended his gap. He did a 34.5. If he's going to have any chance at this championship, that's exactly what he needs. Oh, Graham has gone right in there. He's got past Katinas, made a lot of contact with Piper. And will he have to give that back? He was very forceful. No, he keeps it. He stays in third. And now Katinas really needs to get past Piper, because that's a car in between him and his championship rival. Now is Piper going to fight back? Is he going to go all the way around the outside? Are they going to leave a gap for Katinas? They're 3 wide. Piper's on the grass. Katinas is just alongside the quarter panel. Katinas thinks better and backs out of it. Piper has gone fully in there. He's probably going to lose out to both cars here. And he does. So now Katinas is also through. But now, look, Clements is on the back of them. And that might bring in Schouler and Liam New. Oh, so now Katinas is out wide. Is he going to face threat from Piper? No. But is their squabbling gonna let Graham get away? Again, these two just kind of untroubled at the front. It's all going on behind them. Of course, Graham made a bit of a gap, but he's the car now without tow, so most of that will be taken away on this straight. Clements now is applying a lot of pressure to Piper. If they fight, they lose Graham and Katinas. But Clements started towards the back, so he just wants to make places. Just fully on the limit out of that sweeper. Everyone almost a wheel on the grass. Half the time they are on the grass. It is probably bumper to bumper between these two. But Piper is back into this. He's closed up again. Closed up again. Nice English. Oh, a little sideways from Piper. Yeah, Schouler and New are kind of back into this. They're under a second away from Chris Clements. Again, we just keep checking in on these guys, but barring one of them making a mistake, nothing is really going to happen. So we should have 4 more laps of racing, including this one, if my quick maths is correct. But these 3 will presumably still be going at it by then. They've kind of been inseparable so far. Does Piper think about a look down the inside of Katinas? Katinas is on the outside of Graham. That could leave him vulnerable. They've all gone wide. Can Katinas get underneath? He does. There's a bit of contact. Now Piper's there. Now he also has to think about Chris Clements. Now Piper does go through. That is what I meant. As soon as Katinas tries to attack, he's under threat, and now Clements is going to have a look. Piper got through. Is he going to lose another position straight away? Clements is on the outside. Katinas got slowed down in the apex, and Clements is through. It's up to 5th for Clements, down to 6th for Katinas. It's been a nightmare sector, basically. But now Schouler and Liam New are on the back of this fight. So it goes all the way from 3rd down to 8th. Thompson and McIntosh. The gap is kind of stabilised around the sort of 3.5 second rate. It sort of ebbs and flows. But back to this battle. It's now Graham and Piper and Clements and Katinas and Schouler and New. Clements is back down to 7th. So Katinas is now in 5th. Schouler is up to 6th. Oh, so that's Liam New going off in the background. But now Graham and Piper up towards the hairpin. Can Katinas benefit from this on the inside line? No, it looks like Piper is just going to stay ahead. I think my math failed me. Oops. I think we're going to have another 3 laps of racing. Katinas again with a nose in on the inside of Piper. Is it going to be enough? No. Piper stays ahead for now. I didn't even realise there's something on the top of Piper's car. I don't know what on earth that is. Oh! McIntosh is 2nd. What happened? A 141 on the last lap. I didn't think he would, but it looks like he has kind of bottled it. He was winning comfortably. With seconds on the last lap. To now give John Thompson a pretty comfortable lead. I mean, it could be worse for him. At least he's still 2nd. And he's away from this squabble. You never know. Another 2 laps to go. Thompson could still make an error. Oh, as Piper thought about a send. Katinas goes wide. Takes a tighter exit. And again, it's going to be hard for him, because as soon as he pulls out of the tow to try and make a move, it's just impossible. The car's staying in the tow. You can see he already gains half a tenth in just 2 or 3 seconds. Even with Katinas' much superior exit. It's all close, but it is kind of status quo right now. Piper looks again around the outside. It's very wide. Is it gonna let Katina sneak through? No. Is Schouler gonna be able to sneak through on Katinas? Oh, now Clements is there. Oh, and now Schouler and Katinas have been kind of forced down the order. Liam, no, sorry, that's Katinas, is going to have the place back from Schouler. Can he get past Clements? Oh, as Graham's gone wide, this might present a chance for Piper. But Graham has had the better exit, and he's going to have the inside line for turn 1. Oh, a little bit of door bang in there. This is the last lap. So what can be done as it stands? Graham is going to take a handful of points out of Katina's lead. But of course, race 2 is a reverse race, so Katinas is going to start a handful of places ahead. He's going to start, I believe, 4th on the grid. So he's going to start in a good place points-wise. It's just, is it going to be like this again? Piper has a look into the chicane. It's going to be brave around the outside. Katinas looks at Clements. He goes around the outside. He's been forced off. I don't think he's too pleased with Chris Clements. He went around the outside, wasn't given any room. Oh, and now Katinas goes back on new. Gets into the side of Schouler. Those two are friends, so I don't know how much Schouler minds that. Schouler's going to have the inside. Oh, ends up cutting. I think he was trying to give Katinas room. But after some late drama, it is going to be John Thompson who takes the win here at Kyoto. Xavier McIntosh, after leading the race for so long, is going to take second, sits fastest lap at the end. Ethan Graham holds on to 3rd, Adam Piper 4th, Chris Clements 5th, Katina 6th, Schouler 7th, Liam Nguyen 8th, and Ash Sharp is going to come along in 9th. So that is your race 1. And there you go, John Thompson wins from 4th on the grid. And I'll quickly work out some points, see who is where. There you go, some quick summary of where they are championship-wise. So, Katinas does hold a decent lead right now. He'd need to... the points were given to me, so... If Katinas came 6th and Ethan Graham won with fastest lap, Graham would take it, so basically Katinas just needs 5th or higher to secure it. So he knows what he needs to do. I don't know if he knows. Of course, I think for McIntosh it is just a stretch too far. If he'd won that race and didn't have the late mistake, he would have been 1 point behind Graham. Of course, he can still pass Graham for second. As there goes Katinas. I think he will start 4th. Came 6th. McIntosh making a fairly reasonable request. Don't see why not. I'm sure they have PayPals he can bribe them with. You see some of them emerging onto the track before the second race. Of course, reverse grid. Piper is very ambitious. So only these 3 on track at the moment. Everyone has entered, but that's not very nice, Piper. Don't know what you said, but it obviously was not very nice. We can only condemn your behaviour, I think. Penalty points are necessary. Female woof woof. Female is a big word for you, Adam. I'm not sure how you spell that. Well, of course, the PlayStation has all complete. There you go. Adam has issues. Anything longer than his own name, he struggles to spell it. Not quite sure that's how you do the chicane, but sure. Graham and Katinas both doing some more laps. That was as everyone is just being fools on Messenger. As Liam New is deciding to show off his drifting skills. Clearly aren't that good. Oh, come on, when we go on board with you and you stop. Perfect. That is how physics work, people. If you hit your car into a wall, it will rotate 90 degrees. Does it do it against this wall? No. So clearly it's only if you go in forwards your car will rotate 90 degrees. Well, now Clements is doing some drifting. I suppose he does have a drift livery on. Need to stick some comfort tyres on the back. Oh, as we are ready for race 2. Reverse grid, the final race of the season. Remember, Katinas just needs 5th place to guarantee it no matter what Ethan Graham does. Katinas just needs 5th. As is Sharp from New, from Schouler, Katinas, Clements, Piper, Graham, McIntosh and Thompson. All the flashy lights. Ash in his nice little livery. There. I hate having to do that, but it's the only, it doesn't let me change camera if I don't. All a bit frantic already behind. McIntosh is already past Graham. Clements is out wide. Graham is out wide. Thompson is now past Graham. Graham's down to last. That's already a bit of a help for Katinas. Piper side by side with Clements. And now McIntosh almost making it 3 wide. Thompson now down the inside of McIntosh. And are they going to be able to find a way past Piper? Clements was in the tow, but he's going to be brave to try it around the outside. Oh, was that someone going wide? It was Clements. But was it in such a way that he managed to hold up his rivals? No, Thompson is surely going to go through on the inside. Does Graham have a look at McIntosh? He does. It's all going off up ahead. Sharp is side by side with Katinas around the outside. Katinas takes third and then second. So Liam New goes wide. Sharp is going to pass New. Is Piper going to be able to go down the inside? Oh, there was some contact. I don't know, was that Piper going too aggressive or was that New turning in on Piper? But it's cost New a bunch of places, and now Schouler goes for the weaving. Trying to break the toe. It's basically everyone in a line right now. Joys of reverse racing. The fast guys have to get to the front, and the slower guys have to hold on. And was that Piper having a look? No, it looked like he was maybe eyeing up a move on Sharp into the chicane. See, he does a bit of rallycross. I know he's a fan, but I don't think the GT86 was made for it. So Graham thought about a look against Thompson. Took a narrow line in. Thompson's trying to find a way past Clements right now. And Katinas is quite close to Schouler now. Goes for a narrower exit. Is he going to get the tow? Again, as soon as you pull out of the tow with these settings, you're kind of screwed. But Sharp isn't close enough to threaten them. 34.9. Katinas laying down an early fastest lap. But we saw McIntosh last lap on his own could get a 34.4, I think he ended up setting. Oh, that's Thompson out wide. Looks like he was fighting Graham. It was... yeah, I think it was Graham, maybe McIntosh. As Sharp and Clements are now at it over 4th place, well defended by Sharp. Clements had the inside, but Sharp was able to keep the position around the outside with enough overspeed. Now, does Clements have a look? No, thinks better of it. Oh, Sharp went very hot into the chicane. I think he might just have gotten away with it. He has, but Clements is going to be a threat now. He's going to have the inside. And Sharp gave him a wide berth there. Now McIntosh has snuck up 6th place. He's going to be able to get his nose in front of Graham and be able to tuck in. That was very sideways from Schouler. Everyone is sideways. I mean, these cars are quite well known for drifting. I don't think that's their purpose today. Oh, Graham gets into the side of Macintosh. I think Macintosh is going to be able to hold on there. Probably not too pleased about the bump in the side. Oh, they were fanned out 3 wide for the lead. Katinas and Piper inseparable again. Schouler out wide. I'll give Katinas a good run up here, but you can't really pass through the S's. You have to wait until the sweeper, so his momentum is kind of ruined. He's in that situation again. He was in race 1. He wants to try and attack Schouler, but he doesn't want to leave himself open for Piper, or else things like that happen. As Katina's going to get it back on the inside. Oh, that's wide from Piper. Katinas is going to be able to do enough to keep this, I think. As Piper goes down deer on the brakes, he does not. Oh, Sharp made a bit of a mess of the chicane. Everyone goes by. Liam New is just making his own line through the chicane. Ethan Graham goes through on John Thompson for 6th place. He's making some progress forwards. I think in total up 1 place from where he started. And at Piper, oh yeah, we saw him pass Katinas. Oh god, that was some interesting lag. Oh, that was some nice lag from Piper. I think he's letting them go, although it's going to invite Katinas through, and it might invite Clements through. Sure, Schouler probably not too pleased with that, but oh god, what is happening to Adam Piper today? He normally doesn't have these issues, but today he's having moments of sort of big lag spikes. Now Graham's down the inside of Macintosh, up into the sweeper. Macintosh tucks back into the stream. Slipstream, can he do anything up towards next chicane? Graham sits in the middle of the track, moves back to the racing line. Oh, now Clements is having an attack on Katinas. We know Katinas probably wasn't too pleased with Clements at the end of last race. Is Clements going to have it? Katinas keeps his nose there, but no. And oh, that was very hard into the wall from Sharp. Could have been a lot worse. He's only lost a bit of time, maybe a second or so. Macintosh and Graham side by side again. Who's going to have the toe? Oh, Macintosh is right up against the pit wall. Graham moves over to the right to follow the toe. Oh, Macintosh has the inside, and now Thompson has the inside. There's 3 wide. And is Thompson going to get a double overtake here? He might just, although is Macintosh going to keep his nose in it? It's so hard in the S's to go side by side. They're going to do it. It's going to compromise them heavily. Is this going to present a chance for Ethan Graham? Is he going to be able to sneak a nose in? No, Macintosh gets back on the racing line. As that's Schouler out wide. Piper is through. Katinas is second. Clements in the lead. On board with Katinas. Clements slowly moving to the left. You see almost everyone in the rearview mirror. You see some of Piper's lag. Oh, was that Schouler off? Oh. Was that his own mistake, or was that down to Piper's lag? We've already seen Schouler be involved in an incident with Piper's lag. But, yeah, from leading the race down to 9th, it's not been a good race for Schauler. Looks like not through his own fault. We don't know about that incident. He was taken out of the lead through no fault of his own. It's all going on for the lead here. Katinas has just been passed by McIntosh. Katinas sits in 4th. Is it going to be 5th though? Thompson's got a nose down the inside. Like I said, Katinas only needs 5th, but that is if Graham is leading with fastest lap. So right now he's pretty safe. There's more contact between Katinas and Thompson. Graham's going to try and find a way through on the inside. I think he's done it. He's up to 4th. He's got a double overtake there. Oh, now Katinas goes even more wide. Is that going to let Thompson through? It does. They're going to be side by side into the final turn. Katinas goes narrow, but it's going to allow Thompson to cut in on the exit. And I'm not sure if Katinas is in slipstream range. I'm not sure what it's like on the slipstream settings. A bit of argy-bargy between Graham and Piper. I think Katinas is going to hold on to 5th place for now. As he's actually side by side with McIntosh is Graham. So he might get 2nd here as he manages to tuck just in front. Does Piper look for a way through on McIntosh? He does. Well, it looks like McIntosh has a decent amount of overspeed around the outside. Side by side, Graham's onto the back of Clements. I think he's a bit too far back to make a move. McIntosh held off Piper. Katinas stays in 5th. He's back into slipstream range if he had fallen out. He's got Liam New behind him. And now he's got Liam New ahead of him. Does he just have a nose in there? No, he doesn't. McIntosh got passed by Piper. And now Katinas is out of the safety zone. He needs to gain 1 or 2 places because Graham slipped ahead of Clements briefly on the timing tower. Is he going to be able to go through? Clements is still there. He is. He's in the lead. Is Piper going to be able to sneak through? We're going to go side by side, but no. On board with Clements now. What can McIntosh do about Piper? See just how much these cars gain in the slipstream. Oh, McIntosh sticks a nose in there. And he's going to get himself back up to 3rd. A bit argy-bargy. McIntosh is going to keep it. What about Katinas? He's slightly adrift from this pack. Say that like he's far. It's 4/10. Oh, and now he's inside of Liam New. Down the inside. As Graham is in the lead now. And quite comfortably so for now. They're still at each other. Katinas and New. Katinas now is the inside. Who's going to get the slipstream? They're all going to start moving right, so advantage to Katinas. Although if they're side by side, I think New was getting a slipstream off of McIntosh there. Katinas is trying to keep New towards the inside. Is he going to lose out to Thompson here? And now he really is in the danger zone. 7th place. Right. Pops back up 6th. Gets ahead. Just double checking. No, my apologies. Katinas needs 5th if Ethan Graham wins. Now, I'm not sure on the win situation who's had more. But as it stands, with just 4.5 minutes of racing, Ethan Graham is in line to be champion. And he's kind of pulling away from this pack. So Katinas needs to make up a place. But now, from another calculation, if Graham manages to steal the fastest lap, and Katinas finishes 5th, Graham would have it by a point. So Katinas really needs to gain some places here. He was probably the firm favourite coming into this. Right now, he's got 3 more laps, including this one. He's past Liam New, who hits the wall. I don't know if he tried to keep a nose in there or something, but Liam New is in the wall. That can't happen when you go side by side through there. Oh, now Chris Clements is out wide. It's just chaos in these final laps. So Katinas is quite far back. Oh, Piper's just making his own lines. Graham is 2 seconds clear. It seems like Liam New wasn't pleased with Splash for that accident. We didn't quite see what went on, whether New kept the nose in ambitiously, whether Katinas ran him out of road, but if Katinas does recover some places, it might not be enough if he is deemed to be at fault. There he is, all the way down in 9th. Schouler has closed up to Sharp. They're 1 second apart. 2 laps to go. McIntosh has taken the fastest lap, so I don't think Graham's going to get that point. As I say, I'm not sure on the win situation who has more. But if Katinas finishes 5th, with McIntosh keeping his fastest lap, they will be tied. So, it's very Brazil 2008. It's late. Can he make up a position? He might have one here in Clements. No, Clements stays ahead. Oh, Piper's lag is kind of crazy. Let's follow Katinas, because this is the biggest fight on the track in terms of importance. Next lap is gonna be the last lap. So it looks like, I think Piper was out wide there. So he's gonna have just over a minute and a half to try and make up a place. And if he does come 5th, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to ask Ash who's got more wins, because they'll be a dead heat. This is all providing Katinas can make up the place. Can he get fifth off of Chris Clements? He's very close. I think Clements has sort of been dragged out the toe by Katinas' fighting. Here he is round the outside. Is he going to be able to do it? Forces Clements narrow. Keeps the foot in around the outside. Is he going to get the room on the apex? Clements has got a slightly better exit. How much does Katinas want this? Oh, he's gone off. I think that might be game over for Katinas. I think it might be. Of course, barring any late changes, Graham did slightly lose some time. Piper gained some time on him. But, of course, barring any steward changes or what, this is all provisional, but Ethan Graham is going to cross the line to win the race, and, barring a late change, he's going to be champion because Katinas takes 6th place. Who's going to get 7th on the line? It looks like Ash Sharp, who's going to beat Rob Scheller out for 8th, and then Liam New, why can't I select him? There we go, is going to have 9th place. So let me just double check this all. Yeah, so by my calculations, Ethan Graham will be on 273 points, and Katinas will be on 271. There you go, that's them finding out for the first time that Graham has snuck it in the last race. When Katinas was the firm favourite coming into this. Just by 2 points. I'm sure there's probably some moments over the seasons that have just influenced that. Adam doesn't seem to understand numbers. 273 is more than 271, but this is Adam for you. But yes, anyway, thank you for joining us. This was the penultimate round. I believe there is a second season of this that you will see on the channel. I'm sure on our Facebook page and Discord, Ash Sharp will have some details up for you. So I've been Liam, and thank you for joining me. Congratulations to Ethan Graham, our new champion of this series. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.